Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina and welcome back to my channel. So today I am actually doing a little get ready with me moment, I think. I had to film a little sponsored video and I just wanted to sit down, do my makeup with you guys. Hopefully we can just chit chat, decompress, and I'm filming a speed reviews and I've been kind of filming it periodically throughout the week. Don't know if you guys noticed, but I am using a new camera, and this camera I normally use for vlogs. It's actually a DJI Osmo Pocket. I love it for vlogs. I know I promised that I would do a review of some products that I briefly mentioned in the previous video. So if you guys didn't see the previous video, go check that out. I just test a bunch of new products. Today I think we're going to keep it very focused because I do want to do a product review. And this might be the perfect time for that. So I'm really into testing out these Bare Mineral products. I have the Bare Minerals foundation powder, and then I also have the tinted moisturizer, which is more for everyday, so like very lightweight. And then I also have the all over luminizer, which is meant to be a base. So think I feel like I kind of want a little bit more coverage today. As you guys can see, I'm breaking out. I started a new birth control. That's probably what it is because I feel like that's always what it is. But I think today we are gonna let's try the all over luminizer today paired with the Bare Minerals original foundation in the shade Golden Nude. Let's first start out with this Bare Minerals all over luminizer. It is SPF 20. It's a mineral sunscreen, but it's in the shade Pink Pearl. So I believe it's supposed to give you a nice luminous finish to the skin while also giving you SPF. But I think because we're going to be using a powder today, I feel like I really want to make sure the skin is hydrated. So this might be a good one. Is it giving pink to you? I mean, it's definitely giving some radiance, I think you guys can see. We'll see. We're really just doing this for some SPF coverage, and also because we need to prep the skin nicely before we go in with our powder foundation. Okay, now obviously it's gonna have a pearl finish, so it's gonna, you know, highlight a lot of texture that I have going on. This camera also highlights a ton of texture, so I want you to take that with a grain of salt because in real life, textured skin does not look as nearly as bad as it looks on this camera. It's not leaning pink on my skin tone, it's kind of just leaning pearl. We're going to be testing out the Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation. This is in the shade Golden Nude 16. That's what this looks like. It looks like it's going to be my skin tone. So, does this have SPF? Oh, it does. It also has SPF 15. So that's always good. We love to hear that. It has a sifter, which is nice because powder products can get very messy. I might just use my tried and true. This is from A Cosmetics. This is a good one. Because we're using this, I'm not gonna go in and spot conceal and do the whole thing, obviously. So I remember back in the day, people would just put this into the cap and swirl it around. Swirl this on my brush. And I feel like the key is to just kind of build little by little. Let's start with, do we want to start with this side? I mean, both sides kind of have a lot going on, but we'll just start with this side. And I'm going to do circular motions. I said circular motions and then I ended up doing something completely different. That is kind of the first layer. I mean, it definitely mattified. I'm not seeing a ton of coverage yet. Gonna do this very slowly because I feel like with powder products sometimes it can be a little heavy. And I think we're just gonna do this side so we can kind of make sure we're keeping it even. Oh, I definitely saw the coverage with that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I feel like I saw some pigment. I'm seeing a lot of coverage, and I feel like I'm like actually pretty happy already with the amount of coverage that we got going on and the way that it covered my redness. I was concerned that it would be too matte and that it would just make me look extremely flat and dead, but it doesn't. It has this really nice radiance to it, which, I mean, obviously, we did prep with the Bare Minerals primer, but I feel like if you prep with a really good moisturizer, you probably would get this same kind of glow to it, which I actually really like. But this really was so quick and so fast. Now, there is a lot of glow, so I feel like I'd probably go in with my own regular setting powder in the center of my face after I do the concealer. I think the color match is pretty good. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to do a wear test situation. It's kind of later in the day, but I want to do a natural light check-in, so we're gonna do that. You know, just looking at my face up close, it doesn't look super dry. I definitely think the key though, I'm gonna just take a regular brush with nothing on it. I think the key is to make sure that your skin is hydrated because I could see this being a little concerning on dry skinned people. How about that? Now I have to do everything else. My Huda Beauty color corrector I used to use all the time. Haven't used it in a long time, and it's really because the applicator sucks. I have wiped this thing off hundreds of times only for it to be exploded in my drawer. I wish Huda would just change the packaging, but the product itself is great. I find that I just kind of go in with one dot, and that already corrected a lot. To be fair, I don't have the darkest of under eyes, to be honest with you. Another fan favorite from me, this is the YSL Touche Eclat Radiant Touch in the shade 4.5. I love this concealer, okay? This is such a lightweight, easy to use concealer. Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's pretty pricey, but if you're into luxury makeup, check this one out. Another reason why I love this is because this is a dual-ended brush, so it just makes your life so much easier. Or I don't know if this is a mini or if this is Hourglass's regular size, but this is in the shade Sublime Flush, and it's a really pretty pink. I love the marbling. I think the marbling is so cute. Now, Hourglass makes very subtle products, so this one I'm gonna have to build up. There's a Laura Geller blush in my collection. I haven't gotten around to using it. This is in the shade, I think, Tropic Hues. Look at that. I love a good marbled blush, I really do. Look at how pretty it is. This one looks like it packs more of a punch. I'm just gonna use my Hourglass Compact. Okay, definitely more pigment for sure. I need to set the face. I feel like my face is just a disco ball almost. I have a new puff from Laura Mercier. Let's do it. I think I'm going to use my tried and true Givenchy powder. They don't make this anymore. I mean, they do, but they don't make the legit formula that everybody likes. They make the formula that nobody likes because that makes sense, right? Gonna tap off the excess on my hand. That's a lot of powder. Okay, I think that made a big difference because this was too much, and then this is with the powder. This is what the face is looking like after I set everything down. I definitely think that if you're somebody who's like on the go, I know that like when you're on the go, you probably wouldn't, your first choice wouldn't be, I almost said your first line wouldn't be, and if you're in nursing, you know where my mind was going? That's crazy. I was almost about to say the first line medication. My first choice wouldn't be a powder foundation because it's just like in my head, it seems a lot more complicated than it is, but I think this looks amazing on the face and it was just so much faster. I think especially if you're like traveling, this might be something that I would opt in to use or bring with me if I'm more inclined to like break things, which I am. Just gonna be honest, I got a little bored with my makeup look and I was just like, yeah, I was trying to go like the oh, she's so subtle, she's not so subtle. So I did a little bit of shadow. I actually have been, what I normally do on days when I don't really want to do shadow, I use these Urban Decay sticks. I've showed you guys this before, but this is the Urban Decay Naked Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Cinnamon? Cinnamon. Cinnamon? Is that not like a cinnamon roll? Anyways, this is so good. This is like a matte eyeshadow stick. It's really easy. It's essentially the color of my eyes, just a little bit better. And because I love my YSL quad so much, I just went in and, I just mixed like two of these shades together, deepened the crease a little bit, just to give me some pizzazz, okay? Like, I can't. On the lips, because this was before I decided I didn't want to be subtle anymore, I used the Lawless Georgie. This is what is this? I don't really know. It's like a lip balm. It's like a tinted lip balm stick. So it actually has a lot more pigment, and that's what's on the lips. But I do like using this on, I like using this with looks that aren't as in your face because it's essentially a lip balm, but it's tinted, so it looks a lot better. You actually get some color, and I've been wearing a ton of lip stains recently, so I'm just trying to do something different. And this one's very neutral. It matches the outfit. Yes, that's my microphone. Also, the necklace is from Made by Mary. It is new. I don't know if it's my style. A lot of my jewelry is from Made by Mary. Most of the things that I wear, so I'll have a discount code linked below. Oh, and my bodysuit that I keep wearing is from Giddy, and I love it. I'll also have that linked. Anyways, I looked at myself in natural lighting. I think the skin just looks really good. Like if I had no texture or like big breakouts, chef's kiss. I don't see a big difference between this and liquid foundation, like I said earlier. So if you're kind of scared to tap into the powder foundation vibe, I would say give it a go because it essentially looks like a regular foundation. If you're worried about it being cakey, just make sure that you prep the skin the right way. Other than that, I think it looks great. I think it's perfect. Okay, so honestly, this is pretty affordable compared to most foundations. This is $39. A foundation, I feel like I can't find a foundation under $50 these days. I like the fact that the shades are equally distributed between light, medium, and deep, because sometimes brands will lean more towards having like 10 shades of white and then two brown shades. This isn't like that, so that's good. A lightweight, skin improving mineral foundation that provides buildable sheer to full coverage with a natural luminous finish. I would agree with that. It also is SPF 30. Okay, made with only 5 mineral ingredients, this talc free foundation provides breathable sheer to full coverage, won't clog pores or cause breakouts. Okay, we're gonna have to test that out. Wears all day and protects with mineral based SPF. This is also talc free. I gotta test this acne safe claim because as we can see, my skin is very acne prone. The slightest thing, it will be a blackhead. There's gonna be a breakout. So I'm gonna test that claim with you and I will leave the results in the description box below. 457. 652. This is what everything is looking like. It looks pretty good and pretty matte. I will say, just like in like little lines I have, it's like kind of sinking in a little bit, but that happens like with a lot of things, so we'll check in later.